constant wait.
Hello.
Okay, it's 4 o'clock. We'll call the meeting to order. The Mayor's Commission on Disability Issues. First, do we have any public comments?
So I'm Val James. I came to this commission meeting about a year ago now. Yeah. I'm at the Berkeley, Charleston, Dorchester Council of Governments, and we're currently working on a regional safety action plan. We now have a couple surveys that are live. And I'll leave this with Janet afterwards, and if you're able to share the link with everybody. I've also got a couple physical copies in case folks want to do it here in the meeting, and then I'll just pick them from Janet. Happy to. Yep. But basically, the two surveys, one's a general public survey, just asking questions about traffic safety culture and behaviors and issue areas. And then the second one's more specifically targeted towards people with physical disabilities. So that's why we wanted to share it with this commission tonight. And if you have the chance, please do take it. Please do pass it on to other folks. We want to make sure we hear from as many people from the disability community in Charleston that we can. That way we can create policies, programs, and infrastructure projects that will address the needs.
And
So-
when will it close?
It will close now mid-April.
Mid-April, okay.
And it's an online survey.
It is an online survey, and if you need any printed versions, in addition to those, I can bring those wherever you need them.
And where will it get advertised?
We're trying everywhere. Right now, we're doing social media advertisements, coming out to meetings like this. And then we're gonna soon make a push next week through like newspapers and other channels. But that's outside of me.
All right,
If any of us would like for you to advertise to another area, could we contact you and let you know that?
Yeah, if you have a good idea for where to share it, let me know and I'll reach out to them.
cool.
Thank y'all.
Anybody have any
Thanks,
questions for him?
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
You.
Okay, next is the approval of the February 26 minutes. They were emailed to everybody. Does anybody have any corrections to the minutes?
Nope, didn't notice any.
I'll take a motion.
Make a motion to
I
accept.
make a motion. Second, Maria.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. All right, we're moving right along. Next, we need to finalize the topics we want to give to city council again this year like we did last year. So Janet has the list, I hope.
Well, I have what we've talked about, like reevaluating parking compliance by repainting
Yes,
lots, okay? We need to, on accessing our parks, we need APS, audible pedestrian signals, starting with the triangle area.
yes,
We need access to Hampton Parks Pavilion.
yes,
We need to pay a little more attention to root systems that are breaking up the sidewalks. We need to watch out for trees that are hanging too low. And I think both of those can be accomplished by presenting the information to our Parks Department. I think
Right.
that so we're not gonna go, we're not doing tree by tree this year. Bonnie suggested the Clearing the Sidewalks campaign. We also, in relation to that, is the idea of put your trash cans away, please. We talked about a new playground within Charleston that you can see, that's not, we don't have to go to North Charleston this much, is I think that the term that we used.
yes.
Besides APS signals, what else do we have?
So where do we want the audible ones? Where was that?
APS, they should be for every signal that's going in for, if there's a walk signal, it needs to, if there's a walk and pedestrian signal.
But don't you usually sort of initially, so the retro, but I mean, there was one that was identified,
Yes, Avondale and,
but where in Avondale? 'Cause
oh, that's
You got those two. I
to
mean,
be looked at by traffic engineers.
Right, because there was a particular person, as I understand it, and that's,
Yeah, but there was also further up Savannah Highway, a need for APS further up, sort of near Bessinger's, but I'm
Okay,
not
so
quite
that's
sure.
right, okay.
Yeah. I've got to look at that one more closely. And that's our list.
All right. Do we want to present that full list to the mayor and the city council?
I'm in agreement with that.
I'm definitely in agreement with it.
Motion?
All right, motion.
Second.
No, somebody has to make it
Sorry.
first.
Whoa. Sorry.
I make a motion to approve or to move forward with the said list to present to the mayor and city council.
Second it.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay.
Aye.
That passed, we will present that. If you draw up a draft, Janet,
I will.
for us to look at, and finalize. And then we'll pick a date to go to city council.
They'll pick a date too, but okay.
I was just thinking, as part of that presentation, do we want to, I guess, revisit or highlight what they did do right from last year's list and what is outstanding and what was not done well, like that replanting of a tree where we told them to take out the stump?
Good suggestion.
is this a memo format that you include in the packet?
It wasn't a memo format last year, but there's no reason it shouldn't be.
'Cause I'm not sure how the city does theirs, but yeah, it's a packet that goes to council members and,
Oh, I made a list.
it was just a list, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right,
we just
right.
gave them a list.
Okay. But it has to have something.
You can have you could include an attachment, I'm sure, but I don't think it was necessary last year,
Okay.
right? Because it was just a presentation, Janet. Yeah.
All right, we're really moving right along. Michael, you're up.
Sure. Well, yeah, on what was that, last Wednesday, March 11th, I, along with Alex and Ron and Marnique, did the first round of our King Street dine and shop accessibility campaign. And I think overall went pretty well. It was a beautiful day, and we talked to, you may have, or may not have read the notes that Janet sent around a little while ago, but we talked to 13 businesses, a smattering of restaurants, a bar, and retail establishments, and ran into various levels of ADA and easy accessibility amongst them. But in every case, we were well received. We didn't have anyone chase us out, or everyone was happy to get the information, whether just putting on a face and saying thank you and whatever. That's one thing, but I think hopefully it will have an impact. And some people were did acknowledge that, oh yeah, that's always been a problem, and we should really address that. So I thought overall it went pretty well. Alex or Ron, do you have any other thoughts to add?
This is, we gave them a handout
Yep.
that somebody here, and I don't remember who it was, suggested that we mail that to everybody and that we put it in the business license. When they get their business license mailed to them, it would be in there.
I remember who said that.
Was it you?
It was Ron.
I didn't think it was me. I thought somebody else said we need to.
It's a great idea to make sure that this is available to to folks.
I wonder if that should be included in the list of recommendations to the
It
city
just
as
got
well.
put on the list.
Yeah.
That's a good idea, Will.
Well, I think that's an easy one for them to knock down. And
Yeah.
even just like when you get a business license renewal form, you get a lot of packet of information and things like that. It'd be a wonderful thing to add.
They could put it with a renewal.
Yeah.
I think for next time, the only like I was saying with everyone being receptive, and we're all new with this too, and of the process here and how we want engagement to go. But hopefully we can, I don't know, engage it, with more thorough conversations than just shaking hands and um, thanks for the info, see you later. That would be good, if there are any conversations, but people are only gonna be so we're not trying to confront people with things, but maybe we can think of some probing questions or, how do you guys how does your usual do you guys encounter people with disabilities often, or, what is your typical engagement or something like that? Just things to think about to ask maybe at the next time. But
I like
everyone's,
that idea.
Tisha has her hand raised.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
Go ahead, Tish.
Hey guys, thank you guys so much for going out there and physically doing that. That is so great. I do have a question though. I get the decision not to like post results. Totally support it. But did we get contacts at every place we joined so that we can follow up on that?
We
No.
did not.
Okay. I think that would be great. And I do have some questionnaires that I have used for like ADA compliance with companies that I can send over to you to start, like maybe filling out like some questions and stuff for a second step if you want, Michael.
Okay. Yeah, we'll take
Awesome.
we'll take a look. Consider him for the next one.
Perfect.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And
I
then
think we
maybe
should capture that information so we can always follow up and just continue the dialect.
yeah, for sure. And there were we had people say we'll give it to the manager, and we did ask to talk to a manager one of the times, but don't always know who's gonna be there at 3 in the afternoon on a Wednesday. So but overall people were receptive.
sometimes it was just a bartender or whoever,
Nothing wrong with that. That's good.
but yeah, they were promising to share it.
One day they may own it.
Yeah, share it with their management team. One thing I wanted to mention, that Michael just talked about is for the next event, would it be possible, like, as we get, more in-depth conversations, maybe select a couple of businesses where the media could like highlight or, incorporate that into an interview style.
Could you please speak up a little bit more?
Sorry about that. So I was thinking for the next time, possibly including media, to come out and maybe select one or two businesses where, we can get a more in-depth questioning to that business owner. And, that might be able to be highlighted as we canvass the next set of businesses at the next time.
We just almost look ahead of time and pick 1 to 3 best practices. I mean, because I don't want to.
I can't hear you, Bonnie.
I was just saying, could we almost look at a little bit ahead and at the business so we can get best practices rather than, I just.
I think you're saying you want to highlight someone that understands and is doing it really well.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that'd be a story that's worth hearing, and then you could potentially hear from the owner as well about how they worked with the commission, or they worked with someone to make sure that it was a welcoming environment.
Or they may have an employee who's disabled.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Our parents are getting older. I mean, I'm sorry, but.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if we did that, what we should do is give that person a heads up and tell them, hey, we want to come out and do this because you're actually doing this right.
Yeah.
Most definitely give them a heads up first.
Yeah, and because we don't want to make this seem like a gotcha moment.
Right.
I think if we get through the extent of where you plan to cover. Like if we're gonna go to Calhoun Street or we're gonna go to wherever. If we get through the extent that the people doing the canvassing will have developed a real good sense of who's doing it well. And then once you get that good sense of who's doing it well, then go back to them and see if, we noticed you were doing it well. What input do you have? And that point you can say, we've been up and down all of King Street and we noticed you're doing it well.
Yeah, and I would like to do it on King Street or downtown, because it's not gonna do us any good to go up to a business in Bees Ferry in a brand new building that just got built.
Yep.
It needs to be, in my mind, it needs to be downtown. And hey, man, you're doing really great here.
Yeah, I think that those are wonderful ideas. I'd also offer maybe like on the city sponsored events, like a second Sunday or the farmer's market, because I think those could be like opportunities to really highlight how things, like these are specific events that we think that provide additional benefits. So we really want to welcome people down during these times, right? When the roads close, you can be on the pavement, there's dining on the pavement. So maybe to Janet's point, like get through the full thing, maybe pick one or two of those events as well. And then you can, maybe it's highlighting how well the city does with something, or, how well accommodating someone is during one of those events.
The fact that y'all got all the way up to Cumberland Street this time was great. That means that you're gonna be able to, I think that you'll knock out the street pretty quick.
But we only did one side.
Okay.
Because remember, the other side was under construction.
Yes.
Well, yeah, it was. The sidewalks were all closed.
It was really under construction.
Wow.
Yeah.
They were replacing utilities.
Oh, yeah, okay.
It was awful.
Yeah. So do you have any dates, Michael?
I in my head right now, I'm thinking I liked a Wednesday afternoon again for next time, because I think that's also middle of the week. So maybe not as busy as the end of the week. I'm generally pretty open, but I mean, maybe do we want to do it? I don't know. I guess if anyone who may be interested for the next, I think a Wednesday afternoon would be good. If whoever wants to join, we want to coordinate over email. I'm generally open for the next level, like the next one in the next month or so, in the next few weeks. Works for me.
If we do it on Wednesday, April 1st, that feels like it's be a bad joke.
Yeah.
Next week's Easter.
And but the Wednesday of Easter week is the 8th.
Mhm.
And then the next Wednesday is April 15th. So
That's right.
it's
Another great day.
just for,
Tax day.
April 15th, at least we'd be able to talk about the possible tax breaks they could get.
it's true.
True. Ties in. Yeah, I think the 8th or 15th may be a good next target.
I would not do it Easter week. It's gonna be too crazy down there.
Oh, you mean that there'll be too many visitors?
Too many people.
Oh.
The 8th is also Charleston County spring break.
I was just about to
Oh,
say
okay.
that.
That's
Great.
what I'm talking
Yeah, that's
about.
good talk.
It's-
Yeah.
it's around.
That's good to know too.
Yeah.
And you don't want to keep them from making money. I mean, we don't want to.
Well, let's leave that part up in the air for the moment. And Michael, when you organize it, we can work that pesky detail out.
Yes, absolutely. But I think it was a good first go. And so I think if we do another successful day like that, then we can, we'll have more of a picture of more businesses on the street, and maybe do media outreach for the third. Yeah, with that idea we're just talking about. I like that idea to highlight a business. So cool.
Bravo on a job well done.
Yes.
Thank you. And thank you guys for supporting and
Kind of enjoyable.
joining.
It's fine.
It was a good afternoon.
I'm gonna join the next one then.
Sounds like Bonnie's signing up to do it
Yeah, I'd
with
like
you
to do
next
it
time
next
too.
week. Yeah.
Me too, me
Good, 'cause
too.
we need a walker.
No, I'm gonna come too. I wanna come
We
too.
need people with legs.
Excellent. Yeah. Because there were definitely some that were inaccessible. So we needed Marnique to run in and hand it. So and give them more info.
Any business that stood out for you that's being just phenomenal? Okay, so there's improvement needed. Oh, okay, all right.
I think one thing I will say is like everybody was very welcoming. So even though
Yeah.
there were physical challenges, they were like if you needed assistance to do something, they would have made it work. So that was good to see. Yes, there are going to be these physical challenges, but it was just good to have that customer service there. So that was good to see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everyone who had the small, the old style doors that were really thin. If there was the second door that opened, I mean, they all knew what they were doing to let someone in. So, yeah,
Small favors.
yes. That's all I have.
All right, anybody got any other questions for him? Moving right along. Alex, you're up.
All right, so we'll talk about our ADA anniversary event that'll be coming up in July. Our working group met a few weeks ago and we had the Charleston County Parks team and City of North Charleston's staff online to help talk through things. For those who may not remember, we've had two events over the past couple years. Both of those had virtual speakers that were from out of town, out of state. So this year we're talking about possibly doing a panel discussion of local service providers, so Charleston County Parks and any other businesses that serve people with disabilities, and have them share some of their resources and provide some wisdom on inclusive activities in the Charleston area. So we're talking through that a little bit. And going to continue to have the vendors, so nonprofit organizations around the perimeter of the room, providing resources and information as before, along with food and talking through the logistics of all of that. So the first meeting was just an overview of where we wanted to take the event this year. So I think it went well for our first meeting. We'll meet again in a couple of weeks just to continue to keep things rolling. But for right now, that's pretty much it. Did anyone else that's on that call have anything to add?
No, I think that I thought that reflecting on what worked, what could be improved last year was very productive. I think also still refining what the event is supposed to present to the public. It's like equal parts information and also resource type. But I think just refining that part. But also, we say this it feels like we say this regularly. The space in which we're choosing to hold the event is an example of what we like to see. And there's a way for us to continue to make that statement. I mean, the number of the things that we're working on does reiterate the need for more accessible options here in Charleston. But I think just if there's a way for us to continue to underscore that point of why place matters and why that place works for community, that the park circle location works for community, I think that'd be very helpful as well.
Good
I
point.
find that an interesting point, because when we're talking about vendors, we don't think about North Charleston Parks being a vendor, quote unquote. But they've made it so easy to come in and out of their building. They've made it so easy to park and use the playground that you could take that for granted. It may require some highlighting of the actual facets
Yeah.
of that facility.
And just
the playground.
one last point, the city, I volunteered at an event, I worked the welcome table for a Gullah Geechee corridor event that took place there as well. And when I tell you how that space just can literally just help funnel in so many folks, and it was just, you had so many elderly people there. And the access wasn't, outside of us getting more chairs, there weren't that many access needs. And it just reiterates that, hey, the city of Charleston is using this space often. And it's great, and they're great hosts as well. But I just wanted to add that it wasn't really
I
that.
think it's a really good point, because I think that when something's really accessible, you just don't even notice.
You
It's too
don't.
easy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, there's more than 2 parking spaces out there. That are accessible.
Yeah, and I think the playground was one of our major draws for having there. I think in first year it rained, so it's hard to highlight that as much, but I want to try to incorporate that more into the event this year.
Yeah,
Maybe we should do a playground tour.
I really like that idea.
That's great.
Because it shows you.
Guest speaker.
Talk about the history of how, what it
Yeah.
took to put it together.
Yes.
That was an undertaking, I'm sure.
The considerations they made.
That I would like to know each of those decisions in the moment. Like I'd like a sign saying this is why we did it this way to make it more accessible. And I think that could be really poignant. And I'm really curious.
I actually could get somebody from city council to come to the.
We
Okay.
had somebody last time, but we didn't specifically ask them to point out these differences. We had a nice guy, forget
But
his
it's a
name.
North Charleston facility.
No, one of our city council members.
Oh.
Oh, we didn't have that.
Well, they should be invited no matter what, all of them.
They all should.
We invited, and Mika spoke, I think Mika presented for city of Charleston, but we.
Right.
invited
They were invited.
like other folks from-
But I'd like to, I think, was that Tish's point about perhaps engaging with the decision makers or whomever who spearheaded that design? Is that what you're saying, essentially?
Yeah. Yeah, like where you guys are saying do like a tour. Like I want them to tell me like, hey, we did this for this accessibility reason, because those things I've not even thought of. And I want to know like, like we built this to accommodate these types of disabilities. And we did this because it was better for this. Like I just like knowing those little things. And I think it tells a poignant story about how they really thought about it when putting the area together.
Well, I'm sure they hired a consultant who.
Yeah, like.
Well,
I'm sure they did.
I'd be curious, I think we're all kind of like, what's the etymology? Like, conceptually, where did this even start?
Yeah.
Right? Like, I guess that's my question. I think, I wasn't even thinking about what Tisha just said, but I think that those are all super thoughtful. Like, they've got little sound garden areas and like, those are all, like, even if we could get their landscape structures consultant to come down and talk or whatever, that'd be super engaging. But the decision makers were someone on staff or someone at council, North Charleston. Yeah, and so
Yeah.
what's his story about that? Like, did he just say, yeah, the most accessible playground ever? Like, what, and is it just that simple, or is there more to it? Something tells me he'd be more, yeah, I would imagine he'd be more verbose about that, given the opportunity.
And I would say
Because-
that, oh, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. No, it was just because what they decided to do was not a cost-cutting measure. They decided to spend that money and make that effort to make that happen. So somebody was really.
Shows.
I mean, I think what they did is incredibly bold. And that's why I think that sharing that story might be inspirational, and to have a council member there from the city of Charleston might help be influential in that way.
And one more, to that point, I'd like to hear that as well. And it's good to hear like the origin of it. But as a city, as we're planning, while it's not a playground, we're planning new city facilities. Is it West Ashley where a lot of our convening spaces, our city council spaces will be eventually?
Yes.
In West, like what hasn't been considered in terms of accessibility, how we are able to engage with city council meetings, show for public comment. All of those things have similar barriers, not the same, but similar barriers to some of the things we're lifting up with regard to the Park Circle location. So, you know, it looks like North Charleston said spared no expense and also was looking to the future. Are we making the same decisions as a city with regard to our, you know, these large capital projects that are designed to bring folks in to engage with their democracy or whatever it is, or even staff, staff as well in these accessible spaces.
And I think that money for that, I mean, that would be interesting to know, but I'm pretty sure that money came from the city. I'm not sure they had partners on that. That would be interesting to know. But that's the kind of, I mean, somebody talking about it would be just going to be history, but I mean, that, it was just that kind of situation at that time where the mayor could almost just, a
Yeah.
strong mayor, but, and I'm not, in the city of Charleston has a strong mayor.
I think the story could be as powerful as the park itself. I mean, I know that Boeing is a partner, and it could have been that we got the invoice back or we got the estimate back and it was too expensive, and everyone said, well, that's not the answer. We're gonna go find the money for this, right? That sort of passion, I think, is really inspirational.
Yep.
For people. And Tamika's point about like whether it's, you know, all the news now is Project 3500. Well, where are these people? You know, where are the parks for that? And you know, what mousetraps did they employ to get that done? Because they didn't put this park in the middle of nowhere, right? They put it in the landmark spot of Park Circle of North Charleston. They own land certainly down where the new senior center is and things like that. There's a conscious decision that I think merits, you know, some sort of.
And maybe the city council member is Representative Brown, I'm not sure who it is, but that area, is it Brown? Yeah, I mean, he could probably provide some interesting perspective on that.
I don't want to make it all about the playground, but I just thought that it could be fertile ground for, you know, mining inspiration and again, what mousetraps did they employ and would the partners that they had in the future be willing to be partners somewhere else?
And to that point, though, I went to the grand ribbon cutting of the playground when it opened, and the agency organization that built it, one of their designers is in a wheelchair herself, and I featured her on my blog here. So
Cool.
so that was a
Please
great
tell me you
time.
got on one of the swings because I envision you just swinging on one of those wheelchair swings.
I actually did. There is a
Yay.
platform swing, and it doesn't go like it doesn't swing you very far, but just enough to get a little rock going. And
Is that on your blog?
I can't remember. I think I filmed somebody going on it.
Okay.
But yeah, I can share that video out with you all.
I love it.
And
I would have
remember
done
you
it.
Promised my wife you go on water skiing.
Yes. I'm gonna
So-
still do that this one, yes.
Of course.
The North Charleston's Mayor Summy had a great right-hand man, and the right-hand man was an architect. And he pushed hard for ADA accessibility, especially as he got older. Sadly, he's died since then, so we'll have to find who to go to, but
Those of you that are aged, I guess is a nice word to say it. Probably remember what the Park Circle area was like
oh,
Yeah, yeah.
in the 60s.
That was an Olmsted design. Yeah, Olmsted designed that.
And it wasn't near as nice as it is today.
There was a story in the Post and Courier about that recently.
it wasn't as inclusive.
Just
certainly.
that graphic.
Okay, well, let's move on. Janet,
And by the way, I included our list for city council, got one last one of ADA inclusion and new city buildings and parks.
Okay, it's great.
So,
Yeah.
So ADA coordinator report,
that would be you.
yes. The city's budget for 2026 included money to replace and make the doors automated in the Gilliard. which is nice. It's not every bathroom door, but it's at least one on every floor.
Hallelujah.
That is great.
A gift for you and Al. Sadly, they did not include the money for the pools yet, but I know. But we take a little bite this year, we'll take a little bite next year.
Was the pools, was it for a seat, or what was I don't remember the pool detail.
Doors.
Oh, just to the actual,
To
okay.
get in and out.
Oh. Very low, okay.
Yeah,
I'm thinking some sophisticated lift.
yeah, no.
Okay.
Forgive me for popping in from my car, but yay to that. Annette, I'm with you and thank you all for doing that.
Let's mark it.
Yeah. The management of the Gilliard is the entity to be thanked.
Yes.
They embraced the concept. They have their own ADA coordinator. They embraced the concept. They embraced the looking. They had me come over and discuss with them where to do it and how to do it. And they made the request of their own volition, and look what they got. It was,
Nice.
it worked. So we need to
I
ask for
have
more.
to, yeah, please, I will tell you, they have been extremely gracious regarding Bodie and I. I was on the jury for the monuments event, and I was able to take Bodie to the grand opening of that event a couple weeks ago, and they were so impressed that they invited me. Well, I mentioned trying to train him to go to the theater with me, and they invited me to a dress rehearsal of the last dance performance. So they're very, very open. Lissa and company are really, really open to all kinds of new ideas about accessibility within the Gilliard. So it's great. It's really nice.
Heartwarming too. So that's really cool. So that's what's going to happen in the city's 2026 budget. We budgeted, I didn't have anything to do with it. I begged it. That's about it. But for 2025, the money to relay the stones on Broad Street has been carried over. It didn't carry an annual budget. It's a budget for a project. And the last I heard was that they were putting it out for bid. So it's gotten past the point where they were juggling where to put which utilities, and they were juggling where to put all the stuff. It's out for bid.
But this is they want to level the bluestone, is that what we're talking about?
Yes, they're actually gonna pick up the bluestone and relay it.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, so that it's level. And
I thought it was because it was so fragile, the bluestone was fragile, but it actually just was, there was issues over time.
Oh,
yes,
right.
and it's also set currently in sand.
Okay.
Yeah, so this new will be set in concrete, so. It's a big difference. The bluestone on King Street is set in concrete.
Okay.
So, and it has to be because people drive up on it all the time and it breaks the bluestone. So that's the budget information that I have. The other thing is a scheduling problem. June 19th, which should be the day of the commission meeting in June, is Juneteenth, and the city will be closed. And so do we want to go a week after? I'm open to suggestions. I have not checked the room availability, but usually nobody wants this room on Friday afternoon.
In June.
So,
I would prefer after if we're giving our druthers because my birthday
we
is the week before.
okay, good. Anybody else have another opinion? Or a similar opinion? Or any opinion whatsoever? No, okay.
Yes, that's
Michelle, I'm in agreement for either one, the week before or after,
Michelle?
whichever one is good for everyone.
I feel the same.
Thank you.
Me too.
I didn't have Michelle here. Okay, no, not Michelle. So I will check about the room availability, and if there's any thing that we need to decide about, I'll let you know. We will have our July meeting in North Charleston. So that's another factor. So I'll send out a little calendar update shortly.
I think that that weekend after, that fourth week Friday works great then, since we're not going to have like a traditional July meeting in that case.
I think so too. I think the after is,
Yeah,
if I can get the room, is the way to go.
When you say North Charleston July meeting, what do you?
That will be the ADA celebration.
So not this commission meeting.
Right, last year we skipped a commission meeting
Yes.
and we had the ADA celebration.
Okay, so that's what we're doing this year.
Well, we haven't talked about it yet, but does that suit everybody to skip the July meeting and have the celebration?
That's just what I wanted to know in case I had to travel.
Take the show on the road.
Yeah, there you go.
a road show.
A little road show.
You
don't have to.
We'll give you the day off.
You should come and get some cake though.
The cake was really
Really good.
good.
Was that cake at? I couldn't, yes.
That
phenomenal.
cake was fabulous. Anyway.
Cake at.
Bakery.
Cake
Yeah.
at. Yeah.
Cake, yeah.
Cake at.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's all of my report, sorry.
Do we have any new business? No new business? Everybody's happy?
I have a question. Does that count? Do we have, as a city, sensory kits that people can request, or no? That's not something we've gone to yet? Or do we have like a third party that does that?
The Gilliard has some, I know that.
The rest of the city, that's not a.
And the city doesn't have them, but polling places are
places.
run by the county, and they have sensory bags.
Okay. And you can request those?
Yes.
Can you give me that? Can you just send me that information? I had somebody here on John's Island asking how they get them.
For voting?
No, I'm talking about for events. Like, because some cities have them where you can like rent them out from the cities, right? Like you're like, we're going to have an event. We want to rent 10.
Charleston County Parks has them for their events.
Yep.
Okay.
So depending on where the event is, they have them, but I don't know any other places, other cities that have them. Culture City, the company is the brand.
Right, they do the training.
Yep.
I don't know if you could contact them and maybe they know where they are locally.
I think it's it's culture with a K.
Yeah, it is. I know. I'm familiar with them. Yeah, I was just wondering if we had like a citywide one, but okay. Awesome.
We do not have one, not citywide. I think they're facility related.
Facility driven. All right. Well, that gives me an idea. Thanks, guys.
Okay.
Well, that just inspired a question. Is that something that could be brought to the celebration, being that the voting, we'll have the voting information there this year, or no?
We should at the celebration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that something that could be modeled or yeah, I thought we talked.
Yeah,
briefly.
when I've heard them talk about it, they were being very careful about things like contagions.
Gotcha.
So their covers for the ear, the the noise canceling earphones.
Yeah.
And they had to be careful, like in a pediatrician's office, about not.
Gotcha. Yeah. Oh, I just thought, or maybe there's a flyer or something that lets people know, like with curbside voting, folks are presented with information to say, hey, don't let accessibility, deter you from not voting or something. Just something to let them know that they have that there. Because I didn't know that. I'm sorry.
I will bring that to our next meeting, which will be in April. Yeah.
Okay.
The voting information, because the Charleston County voters, whatever it is, Charleston County, they have gone out of their way to create very accessible voting.
Yeah.
And have tried very hard to cover all disabilities. They have an online site that they're going to post. I don't know that it's up yet, but it's a site so you can go on and choose things that you would like for accessibility purposes, you can print it or put it on your phone, but it doesn't, the site doesn't retain it. So that you can maintain your privacy, but you can also show it to the poll workers and not have to speak to them if speaking to them is a problem.
Wow. Yeah, we should totally highlight that at the celebration because I didn't know that and I would love it.
They might be able to even have, because I worked at the polls for 5 years, they might be able to have like a little booth or something.
Yeah, we can do.
That's what I was saying,
Yeah, I will.
I know Charleston County Public Library has one in each branch, but I didn't know if they have like multiple available or anything like that.
The sensory bags.
Sensory tool, they call them sensory toolkits.
Thank you.
It's just the general accessibility for voting. I know they've had issues with people. We had issues with people pulling up. We would have somebody out there and they had to press a button, but the button wouldn't work down there. So they really tried hard to address it. But if they have staff time, it might be worth it to come out. Was it for an hour or so?
Would y'all like for me to ask them to come visit us in April?
That'd be great. That actually would be awesome. That'd be
Yes,
great.
I would love that.
Also in terms of the sensory bags at polls, considering that the primary is coming up in June, it's going to be very timely.
You're right.
I don't think it's a bag though. I think it's if you.
Whatever tool, yeah, whatever tool.
It's tool, it's a tool that you. put on
Right, but
your ear.
I think presenting, having someone speak to present about what is available, be helpful, especially in preparation for election season.
Great. I'm happy to.
I do early voting now, so I don't.
And then I was
That
gonna
helps.
also mention, for the celebration, we could also have, Charleston County Parks bring their sensory kit and show that as well.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, it's really good.
Who's gonna remember that? Me, okay.
Part of their last year.
Do you want to give me a task? I can take a task if you want me to. It's up to you.
Tag, you're.
Okay. County.
Any other questions?
Yeah.
Valerie just brought up about Carta for our anniversary, event, and
I'm sorry, Alex, I can't hear you.
sorry, Annette. Valerie just mentioned about Carta at our, celebration event, and I tried reaching out to them last year and they weren't able to come out. But, I thought that would be another possible speaker in the future for one of our meetings to talk about bus rapid transit, but, and
I used to
Carta,
work for this agency, so yeah,
but we'll see if we can get Carter out there or Telluride or somebody to come to our event this year.
Anything else? Well, our next meeting is April 17th, 4 o'clock. Same time, same station right here. And if nobody has anything else, I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to
You know what,
adjourn.
actually, I had a quick comment on the Carta talk. That would be, I think, also an interesting speaker, at least to me, to have someone come and talk to us. Only because I don't know all of why they do things, or Telluride to me at least seems a little complicated to have to apply for and get set up. And I'm just curious to both hear their side, but also if we have suggestions to improve Carta. If people have thought about that, I think could be a interesting person to talk to, if others agree.
Okay,
Either one.
if nothing else, I'll
I
entertain.
totally agree. I totally agree about Carta. It's, yeah, I mean, Telluride. It would be very helpful to have someone come and talk to people at the event in July.
Okay, now, if I forget to write all that stuff, if I forget as we go forward to do any of that stuff, y'all remind me, because it was a lot of stuff real fast.
I'll take the Carta piece.
Okay.
Yeah.
There was like, that's a lot of stuff.
All right, we'll try again. Any motions?
I motion we adjourn.
We're adjourned.
Prove it.